It's been a very funny day today, a very funny day, very funny day. I'll put that back up if you'd like to know what it is, but it's been a very funny day today. If you'd like to know what it is, but it's been a very funny day today. Okay, and the reason I'm saying that it's funny is because I started this video late, and I started at 11:11. In fact, it's still 11. Today is the connection. It is the angel connection, is an energy connection, is a connection between what is 4 and 7, and understanding what 4 and 7, where it can be found. And I'm always all over the place because there's so much information I haven't tapped in how to align it. Now the 4 and the 7 on these cubes, right? You can have the 4 dot, or you can have the 4 void. 4 comes in dot and void, the same as 5 comes in. Can you just lower your butt? The same as the 5 void comes in with the 4 dot. So 5, 5 come in, 4, 4 come in, the same as 6, 6 comes in, and 3, 3 come in. 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6. When you're talking about the female and the male sex organs, 54, 63, 11 comes 7. And it's truly 11 comes 7. It is directly connected to the cube. 7 times 4, 7 plus 4 equals to 11. 7 times 4 is 28, minus the 11 is 17. It's the exact date. There is no 39, so shouldn't I subtract it? 28 is man, 28 is the cycle of the moon. To run into a sentence, now what it is I'm analytically taking everything that exists and putting it in rows, putting all the ducks where they belong, where I've seen them before, how they're being used, so that in the future, okay, I can say, oh, because of this, this is the number that goes with this, and look at what's happening. Look, how can I explain it? It's almost like, how do you hear me? So however it's lined up with the communication network, that's how it works. Well, it's the same thing for numbers. Gigi does it very well. GG33 does it very well. He has something he can explain after analyzing and analyzing. You're born in 1963. Well, everybody in 1963 has this one specific trait. Now, because it's such a great year, we're going to give you a month and a number of that month. And that's going to boil down who these people are based on a lot of studies of people that were born on this date. Okay, any one of their traits. It doesn't matter which one it is. If you get one, you get one. It is what it is. It's just sometimes hard to concentrate when she pokes at your papers all the time, you know. But anyways, so I bring numbers to formation, understanding where they come from. I had a thing on Valentine's the other day. Valentine, the word Valentine is 102. What do we have on Valentine's? We have the lovers coming together. What is love in numeric value? It's when the two sexes come together, and it doesn't matter what two sexes it is. It could be this sex or this sex. I'm talking about 6, S-I-X, 6. Okay, I'm not talking about the human. Okay, right now, not at this point, because the IE, for example, the SIX and the SEX, one is, I like to say, is the electronic resident coming in, and then the other one is the altered current, the one who brings within the 9. The 5 is within the 9, and it shows you that on the cube, IE. Nine and 5. At the same time, 6 and 3, 4 and 1. Did you note that the 6 and 3 had to show up the same way as the 5 and 4 show up? 54, 63, the female and the male anatomy. and that is 45 and 63. It's also 54 and 63. One becomes 108, and the other one becomes 117. 11 comes 7. That is the cube, or 3 times 36 to have 108. How do we get to 117? Is there any division to come to 117? By 3. 39, is it 39 times 3? 3 by 30 is, no, that's 107. 39, just trying to think of how I can get 25. No, there is no number. 99 is 33 and 18 is 6. So it's 39 by 3. Let me, where's my calculator? I don't know why I don't have my head on right now. Sometimes I'm not, I was coming here to do one thing, but I made an error and I'm a little bit behind. So 117 divided by 3 equals 2. Yeah, it is 39. 39 represents the angel. 39 represents 10. 39 or 93 is going to represent 3 by 13, which is connected to this calculator. 7 and 6, 9 and 4, 5 and 8 are all 13s. The invert to that on this calculator is 1 and 6 is like 4 and 9. See it above it? Like 7 and 6 is 13. Like 3 and 4 is 7. Like 2 and 5 is 7. So it's 21 and it's 39. The difference is 18. Chai, R, between the two. 180 degrees apart. The angels come to town. Let me see. I have 3 comments. Howdy, Benjamin. Haven't seen you here before. I have seen those lines in the sky, such beautiful lines. Look at the depth in there, right? So I know what that is. I know what that is. So if you have any questions, I had something written down that I'm going to show you. I think I'm going to go over this, and I've done this before, bringing numbers to formation. Here I'm counting in numbers of 5, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So in the 10th one, it starts over. So I can't go into the 10th one. 1 plus 10 equals to 11. 1 and 1 is 2. It shifts me over here. Everything shifts over to the B house. So what I run is I run only in the 9 area right now. So 10 and 30 equals to 40. 10, did I get that right? Sorry, 10 and 45. How come I can't see? Just give me a second. Okay, I didn't run that, but I'm going to just hold on a second. Let me do it this way so I can see it better. Okay, in this one, I'm connecting my 7s and my 13s. I'm connecting these 2 and these 2. But I'm using my numbers starting at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like the phone. So I connect the first area with the 6th area, 35. I connect the 15 with the 20, 35. Then I go ahead and I connect the 30 with the 35, 65. And then I go ahead and I connect the 20 with the 45, 65. This is the setup of the way the Mayans run the 13 and the 7 cycle. And that also is the same thing that is in the deck of cards. In the deck of cards, you have 13 cards per suit. When you add up 13 over to 1, it equals to 91, which is 13 times 7 equals to 91. Times 4 suits equals to 364, which is equivalent to 777 added up equals to 21, to 7 times 7 times 7, star system math, equals to 343, and the 2 together is 364. Everything works in 3s. 4 is the flip side. 4 is always the flip side. The second way to add these up, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2 and 9, 11, 3 and 8, 11, 5 and 6, 11. So we're connecting all the 11s, and we end up with all these numbers, the exact numbers that they are. 2 and 9, 11, okay? So what we're going to connect next, okay, is your 10 and your 45 is 55. When I connect these two here, if you take a look, I went one down and two over. I went one down and two over. The same way in chess, when you have, I think it's the rook, it goes two over and one down, or one over and two across. That's the same way the rook runs. So that's how I create my sevens. So if I can do it there, why don't I just do it this way, right? And now we're going to connect the 1 and 6 over here, equals to 55. Or if I turn it this way, I have the 45 and the 20 that comes over, or the 35. It works out the same thing all the way around. So this thing, these numbers have to be 7, 4, and 1, 9, 8, and 7. This has to be done 4 times before the formation is done. It has to happen on each side, and then you come back to the beginning. That's the way that formation is run. When we run in number sevens, 7, 14, 21, 28, what happens to this is the numbers get moved. Instead of having 7, 14, 21, you end up with 7, 5, 3, 1, 8, 6, 4, 2, 9. This is the way it gets switched over. 7, 5, and you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So when you count this, you're going to count these two, right? 7 and 6, 13. Then you're going to count 3 and 1, 4. 7 and 6, 13. 1 and 3, 4. 7 and 6, 13. 1 and 3, 4. 6 and 4, 10. 1 plus 0, 1. 1 and 9, 10. 5 and 8, 13. 1 and 3, 4. 2 and 8, 10. So it always comes back to the same thing. We're just switching all the numbers over in this. And in my last video, I spoke that we're going to talk about the moon. Okay, I'm going to be talking about this also, where we start at 4. But I just want to talk about the moon cycle. I just want to jump onto this. I didn't finish it in my last video. There's 21 dots on these cubes. But if you look at the top cube, it's 6. So if the top cube is 6, then the bottom cube is 1. Then in between is going to be 2, 3, 5, 4. If the top cube is a 5 and the bottom cube is a 2, then you're going to have 1, 3, 6, 4. And if the top cube is a 3 and the bottom cube is a 4, you're going to end up with 1, 2, 6, 5. It's not me. Everything I do comes out in games. And here we're going to put the 6 up. But it's not when the 6 is up that counts. It's actually what's on the side that counts. Because we don't know what's going on when we turn it like this. It's a I see from one side, you see from the other side, right? Like those north and south, right, are going to see the H. But those east and west, if the person here and the person here, they're going to see the I. When it's awake for one, it's asleep for the other. Why do I say that? This is the only true 7 that when I mark off and I have the center dot from the other side, if I penetrate that dot, it comes out in the center. So when I create this, I'm either going to get this letter, I'm going to get this letter, I'm going to get this letter, or, well, you see, I did it the same way. You see, what has to happen is I still have the H, right? So I'm going to have to go ahead. I'm going to use all 9, right? And then in this one, I'm going to get that letter over here. Now, the reverse of these letters, believe it or not, the reverse of the I is R. So I'm going to, I don't know if I want to do the R. Right? I just wanted to keep it easy, right? But what would you say the R would be? I'm not going to do it that. I don't want to get into that right now. But the R and the I are reverse of each other. The S
is going to be reverse of the H. The Z gets a reverse of the A letter. 14, 26, 8, 9. The total is 57. S, A, and the reverse of the N is M. And these are the letters that come out, and the total here is going to be 13 and 1 and 18 and 19. And the total here is going to equal 51. Not Area 51, but perhaps. And to note, if you want to know a little bit more about 1 and 5, which equals to 15, but what's in between here is 2, 3, and 4. It just so happens that M is Roman numeral 1000. 1 plus 0 is 1. D is Roman numeral 500. 5 plus 0 is 5. And C is 100. And 1 plus 0 is 1. And L is 50. 5 plus 0 is 5. X is 10, and 1 plus 0 is 1. V is 5 equals 5. And the I over here, and I'm using the I because the real way that they show this Roman numeral when I was growing up, okay, was this way. And this is the capital I. And it comes along with the Taurus. So, and this one is 1, and this one. So all we have is 1 and 5. So we have 2, 3, and 4. And we have 2, 3, and 4. And we have 2, 3, and 4. But doesn't this also look like 2, 3, and 4? Not really. In this one, it's 9, 8, 7, and 6. In this one, it's 9, 8, 7, and 6. And here it's 9, 8, 7, and 6. It's an illusion. Don't you see the illusion? When we count what's missing here, just because I transferred it, the illusion of 9, 8, 7, and 6 is what's in between, and it's not 2, 3, and 4. To note that there's 1,440 minutes in a day, and we call it the 6 days of creation, so we have to understand what happened on each day, equals to 4320. Doesn't that look like anything like the earth vibration of 432 or the healing vibration? And it happens after 3. Our base creation is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The roulette table shows you to put 12 numbers, but here I only have 9. So over here, I'm going to have 10, 11, and 12. So 11, this one's going to be 13, going to be replaced with 4. This one over here is 21, is going to be replaced with 3. This one over here is 17, it's going to replace by 8. This, in full formation, will be replaced by 4, 3, and 8. 15, the total. 8 and 4 is 12, and 3 is 15. The reason for that is roulette formation shows me this. Otherwise, we're just going to have to go ahead and create the square and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, and create the formation this way, to where we know the 3 and 3 reflected twice there, and 1 and 1 reflected twice here. So now we are going to see how Earth and Mars start to come together and are apart. Also understanding as ABC equals to 6, as AB equals to 3, as A equals to 1, and ABCD equals to 10. 1 plus 0 equals to 1. Now BCD equals to what is 9, to where DC equals to what is 7, to where CB equals to what is 5. The base formation of each side. It's BC, BCCD, 7 and 5. 5775 happens to be the moon. Now we have to understand what is 33 now. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 plus 3 is 6. And our formation and division is at 3 or 33. And it is our gateway. When we take this, 2 times 4, 2 plus 4, it equals to 8 and 6. 8 and 6 is the division of these cubes. When we put 5 and 3, we are going to end up with 4 and 2. When we put 1 and 5, we're going to end up with 6 and 2. And when we put 3 and 3, we're going to end up with 4 and 4. And that's your dividing gate, DC 3 4 4 3 4 3 4 3, and all combinations with 3 and 4. But it's 1 and 3 that will create 3 and 4. How do we create the numbers? Creating the numbers. Okay, so we end up with this. So this one ends up to be 30. So if you're asking in tennis, how does the point score work? There is a thing in tennis of how the point score works. And here is your base 10 on the bottom. I'm just trying to see what else it is. So here is your 19 on one side and 16 on the other side. This center with this center with that. It just so happens in roulette, the numbers divide right over here. When you crisscross the numbers, they all create 37. The core of roulette is 111. That's where the cube comes in. Our big fight right now with the big black rock that's coming up is this cube. It's all been pre-written. Everything's been pre-written. So we have this, and if you notice, if this is up, we will get 20. If this is up, we will get 15. If this is up, we will get 19. If this is up, we will get 16. If this is up, we will get 17. If this is up, we will get 18. So Resh 18, this will be the sun, this will be Mars, this will be Mars, this will be SON, this will be the moon, this will be the fox, this will be orange. I'm just giving you base value and reason why. When multiplied by 3, it equals to 54, the numeric value for sun. I could have used this word if you wanted, or I could have used this word also. I can put the word sun because sun equals to 48, but at the same time, I could have used this word, or I could have used this word, or I could have used this word, or I could have used this word. In the moon, I have this word. I can use this word. I can use this word. In Fox 45, I don't have very many words for Fox, but it creates the IT system in the sun because of its mathematics. 4 times 5, 4 plus 5 will equal 9 and 20. It's the IT system in the sun. It creates the same numeric value as for the sun. And at the same time, it has 2 values that come over here. It's 14. It's this one over here. Grover Cleveland is hanging from a light post. The light post is moving. I believe the light post has to be the sun or the moon. And the light post only comes on at night when the light comes on. And I had Grover Cleveland holding up a sign looking like this. 1 times 4, 1 plus 4. 5 times 4 equals to 20. 5 plus 4 equals to 9, equals to 29. 18 and 11 comes into this fact. 2 and 9 comes back. Heaven's angel, HA, of creation. The mathematics, what it's going to do. This number will just keep repeating. The IT system. There's other ways to come into number 29. In fact, almost every single number will come into 29. I'm just going to jump into that since I mentioned it. Almost every single number will come into 29. And if you want to look at 1 and 1, multiply it and add it equals to 2 and 1. Multiply it and add it equals to 3 and 2. Multiply it and add it equals to 6 and 5. Although that equals to 11, right? We can stop right there and start over this rotation in 6 and 5. The invert of 6 and 5 is 1 and 2. And it just keeps going around again. But now it's going to equal to 30. and 11 equals to 41. The 41 is 4 times 1, 4 plus 1 is 4 and 5. The 4 times 5, 4 plus 5 equals to 20 and 9, 29. If I wanted to go to 12, it wouldn't matter. I have it here. I don't have 13 here. 13 is not the same. 13 equals to 3 and 4, and then it'll equal to 12 and 7 equals to 19. And it stops right there. After that, it becomes 10 and 9. It becomes separate. After that, 14 is located over here. 15, what 15 will do is it jumps forward and it'll create 5 and 6. And then 5 and 6 are over here, so the end result is here. And then we're going to have, we don't have 16, but 16 will break inside of this. 1 times 6, 1 plus 6 equals 7 and 6, and we can come right back over here. But when we continue, we get 42 and 13 equals to 55. And we multiply this, it becomes 25 and 10 equals to 35. And when we multiply and add this number, it becomes 15 and 8 equaling to 23. And every time this happens, what level did this happen at? Because now 23 shows up over here. That means it's going to equate to this. Now 17 is different from all numbers. 1 times 7, 1 plus 7 equals to 8, and 7 equals to 15. 7 times 8 is 56. 56 and 15 equals to a total of 71. 17 goes back into 71. So when we do this, we're going to do this again, equals to 56 and 15, which equals to 6 and 2. And then the 6 times 2 equals to 12 and 8, equaling into 20. So we can see what's happening in these two numbers. Here it's at 17, here is at 20. And 17 and 20, as I just showed you on the last, are the core inside the cube, where the cube divides right over here. The cube splits either at 17 or 20, one or the other. So we have 1 times 7, 1 plus 7, and then we have 71. So 71 keeps repeating itself, so it gets its own juncture. So we absolutely need this one. We absolutely need this one, and we absolutely need this one. The next one is 18, and that's going to equal 8 and 9 equals to 17. Now, if I multiply it, 8 times 9 is 72. 72 equals to 89. It goes back into itself, equaling to 17 again. So this one is now going to enter into this one. And 19 stays within inside itself. 2 ends up to be back to 2, and then 21 starts over here. 22 reverts back into 8. 22, 2 times 2, 2 plus 2 equals 4, and 4 equals to 8. So we have to take this to another level. So since I'm going to have 4 and 4, I'll multiply 4 times 4 and 4 plus 4 equals to 16, and 8 equals to 24. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 is 8, and 6 equals to 14. And then we're back into the sun again at 22. So what is the difference between 22 and 11? The difference between 22 and 11 can be found right over here. For those who haven't seen this yet, and I know that at least 2 of you here have seen this, this is what they call Rubik's Cube. There are 26 cubes, 9 on the top, 9 on the bottom. 3 on the here, 3 over here, and because I'm counting these 3, this one is in the middle, doesn't touch. There's 9, and then count the center. 3, there's not 3 here, I counted them here. Count 2, count 2, count 2, and count 2. There's only 8. It's 9, 8, 9. 26. The core in the center spins the center one over here. So since there's 9, every time I drop a cube on here, if you see 9, this, just like your calculator, is all the same thing. The top corner and the bottom corner and the top corner and the bottom corner. Although there's a 7 here, that if I should roll a 6, right? If I should roll a 6, I'm actually rolling 30. Or 7, 8, 9 for 24, and 6 for 30. So when it's this, to me it looks like the letter I. Remember, the 5 comes free with 6 because it penetrates. Every other one, the two sides, if I penetrate this cube with all the dots, 4 sides will show up as 5, and 2 sides will show up at 7. This is our formation. It sits right over here. So if I have 3 on this side, I'm going to have 4 on the other side. So how many are missing? There are 6 missing. Here there are 5. 6 and 5, 11. That means the opposite side of these cubes will always be 11 empty spaces to 7 dots. There are 3 sides, 11, 11, 11. But when the cube sits down like this, the round part ring, I call it, to what is the pole, is going to have 9, 9, 9, and 9 equals to 36 minus 7 and 7 equaling to 22. So the ring is 22, the pole is 11, the ring is 22 and 14 dots, and the pole is 11 and 7 dots. Now, if we're going to get into how the moon runs down, is because there's 21 dots and the moon is 28 days, we're going to either start with the 14 dots. I'm not going to use, right? I'm going to use all the dots, but I'll go ring and pole. First I'll go ring, then I'll go pole, and then I'll go pole. So ring 14, pole 7, 28-day cycle, done. This is the first cube. This is the beginning of the second cube. And to end the second cube, I end up with the ring on 14. But I must go into the third cube now. And in the third cube, I'm going to start with the pole. Sorry, I'm going to start with the ring. I hope I did that right. Yes, I did. I'm going to start with the ring. And the reason I start with the ring, okay, is because once I start with the ring, I'm able to create my second perfect moon, another 28-day cycle. So now here's the first cube, here's the second cube, and in the third cube, I start with my 14, I end with the pole 7, but I have 3 complete, and I'm only in the middle of the moon. I now have to take out my next dice, right? And since it's 7 over here, I need 28. I need the complete cube. So in the last one, I can start with any one, the pole or the ring. If I start with the pole, I end up getting 14. That's 21. Finish with the ring. Sorry, the pole is 7. Finish with the ring, 14. And I have my last 28-day cycle. So I have 4 times 21 to 3 by 28 equals to 84 equals to 84. And that's my first cycle. When you get to the 12th moon, you have run 3 cycles. The 13th moon runs into the cycle that flips everything over. And then they call it Christmas, if they're running that way. Or they're running by the harvest moon, if you're running that way. It depends how you're running, which way you want to look at it. And every time you look at this, 1 and 4 is a connection to the sun. When you multiply it and add it, it creates that. This one remains the same. It becomes 7 and 9. And what it is about 7 and 9 is 9 is going to reflect into the moon, and 7 is going to reflect into Mars. 7 and 9, if you look at the telephone, the 7 and 9 have extra 4 letters to it. The others do not. If you look at the 7 and 9 in French, and 70 and 90, they're not the same as all the other numbers, because in French, you don't say it the same way. In Hebrew, you change it a little bit different, that when you get to number 16 in French, you now add on the 7 again. In Hebrew, it's for 15 and 16, it's 9, 6, and 9, 7. But when you get to 17, it's now 10, 7. You'll say 7 twice in Hebrew. You go Tate Vav for 15, Tate Zion for 16, and Yud Zion for 17. It's funny how they use the 7th gate twice in that.
Right. One. Well, you know what? When I do my artwork, right, it shows me that the dark spots that are on the cube are actually a voided area. It's actually a hole because you can drill them. So it's the real voided area, and you're living on the surface. Right. That there's never more than 7 ever used on this cube. Oh, I don't know why my camera's like that. Just give me a second. It's a little blurry for me. I'm not sure if it's you or if it's me. Bee pollen and magnesium. You want me? Do you want something? Do you need something? Do you need something? Are you okay? You okay? Yeah, you want to grab my hand? You want to grab my hand? Okay. Okay, so let's move on. 13 and 5 uses the center. I'm going to have to try and figure out why 13 and 5 uses the center. I understand that there's another thing with 5. Why do we have 5 here but not here? So I'm going to reset. Instead of starting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I'm going to start 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, or I'll work these by the weeks. The first 7 days, starting at day 4, day 4, day 11, day 18, day 25, day 32, day 39, day 46, day 53, day 60. Or we're really only supposed to be working in sections of 6 because we're working with bricks. So we work in sections of 6, 4, 11, 18, 25, 32, 39, and move back over here. 39, 46, 53, 60, 67, 74, 81. We end up on Venus. 74 goes in the center. Bringing the center to 74, that if you would add up 5, 14, 23, and 32, if you get me wrong, 5, 13 is 18. 5, hold on, did I get that right? 5 and 14 is 19, and 23 is 42, and 32 is 74. Correct. When we do the number shift, the number shift is I think it's where I forget which I have to look it up. I have to remember which number shift this is. But anyways, you're funny. You're funny. You're funny. You're a funny girl. Okay. I don't know if I want to jump into that. So we finished with how the pole and ring work with the 7 and 14. This is G and this is N. When you total them all together, it's GN equals to U or NUG, like if you want to use nugget, or GUN. 1, 3, and 5 is matter and energy. It's the 5 ball and the 13 ball, which is the orange ball. Orange ball is made up between yellow, number 92, and red, number 27. 2 and 7, 9. 9 and 2, 11. 9, 11. K9. K equals to 11. And if you put the I in front of it, it looks like the word like on a boat. You know the keel on a boat? K-I, it looks like that. Hold on a second. I don't think I did it right. Did I have that right? Right. There's K9. There's K11. K is the 11th letter with the 9 in between. It's exactly what it says. And not only that, look at the second word. K9 to die, right off the cube. Let me see. Did we do this? Yes, we do this. Right. Okay. Right. So if you take a look on the 33, 30 of the 33 is on the outside. 3 of the 3 is on the inside. The pig, the pregnancy of the pig, 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days. The chicken's egg hatches on 7 times 3, 21 days. So the top and the bottom is 2. The 2 outsides and the top and the bottom is 4. That's 6. The top and the bottom and the 2 outsides, that's 10. Remember, there's now the inside and the outside. I'm only going to use the center where 2 colors are formatted. I'm going to try it. Wow, I'm on 3 different things right now. Let me show you this.
Right over here. I got 3 things going. So when we have the, we're gonna start with the 1. When we have the 1, right? When we have the 1, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 areas over here. So we have 4 to the corner, void. And then we have 4 to the inside, void. And then we have the 1 dot. Then when we turn to the 6, because I want to do the opposite dices, and this is going to be the 6 dot, and we're going to draw up the 6 dot, and we have the 1. We have 1 center. Did I do the center? Corner. I'm going to do center. Hold on. 1 center void to 2. I'm not sure if I should use inside or corner or sides, inside, side, and 2 inside void. 6, 1, and 2. This is going to connect to the moon. The moon is 2100, 2160. That's the moon. Or 3476, representing 7 and 3, 10, 6 and 4, 10, 7 and 4, 11, 6 and 3, 9. The kilometers to the miles of the diameter of the moon. So that's what we have. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the 2 dot. And when you look at this, if I wanted to connect the dots, right? You see that? That empty space right over here? And then the empty space right over here. 2 hearts come together. And then this area over here. 2 hearts come together. They encompass an area in the center, leaving 2 on the outside. Empty space for life, empty space, life, life, life. Encompass life. But maybe the polarism, the polarity, magnetism, if you want to call it. So when we do this one over here, we have the 2 dot. We have the areas over here. We have 2 void on the inside here. So we have 4 void inside. And then we have 2 corner void. I should have put it the other way around. And then we're going to flip this to the other side. We got the 5. And then if you ever notice on the 5, right, we have that, like the Purina sign, you know, the way the stars are all checked out, but you can also do it this way if you want. Many ways to do it. This is the inside. The inside is not like the outside. So here you have the, whoop, I didn't do this right. It's a 5 dot, sorry. You have the 5 dot, and then you have the 4 void inside. Now you have the last one here. You have the 3 dot. You have the 2 corner void. And then what you have is the, just trying to see if I can find another color. Where's my red one? And then you have 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 4 inside void. So you can see over here my 2, 3, 4, my sun, my 2, 4, 2 gate, my moon, and our day, telling us 1, 4, 4, 6, 1, 2, 2, 4, 2, 5, 4, 3, 2, 4. All telling a different story. Oh, this one over here is 1, 5, 4. Sorry about that. Come into the sun. So 1, 5, 4 over here is the 1 center void. So now when I count them up, I get the 2 corner void, the 2 corner void. And over here, I have a 2 corner void. So I have 2 and 2. This is the corner. 2 and 2, 2 corner void. Here I have nothing. Here I have 4 corner void. Equals to 8 corners. Now I have the inside. And on the inside, I have 4 inside void. And then here I have 4 inside void. And here I have 4 inside void. And here I have 2 inside void. And here I have 4 inside void. So I have 16 equals to 18. 18 inside void. I'm trying to see if I got this right. Did I get this right? Here's 4. Here's 4. Here's 4. Here's 2. And here's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm missing something. Oh, yes, there's one more. I forgot to flip the dice over to the 4. So I'm going to just move this over here and finish this off. And now I got the 4 corners. And over here, did I do this already? Here I got the 4 dot. And I have the 1 center void. Not happy that I have to squish it in. And then I have the 4 inside void. So I have to add another 4 over here. Okay, I have to add the other 4 over here. So I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 22. Where's my 22? So now I have 22 void. And here I have 8 void. These two together, 22 plus 8 equals to 30. And then I here have the 1 center void. And then I have over here the 1 center void. Let's do this over here. The 1 center void here, the 1 center void here, and the 1 center void. Whoop, you see I did the 4. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. There's okay, I didn't mark it properly. Sorry about that. Okay, that's a little bit better. So over here, I have the center void that's missing over here. This is the 3 dot. So the center is taken up. The 5 dot, the center is taken up. So I'm missing this one over here. So I'm missing this one here, this one over here, and this one over here. That's where your 3 come in. And then you have your 8 and your 22. 2 and 2 is 4, 4 and 8. 22 is ape. 30 is day. There was another 30 is day of creation. So here is the base setup for your cube. So when we talk about opposite sides of the cube, and I hold up this, and then I put these numbers to it, it makes a whole different evaluation of what's going on with this cube. Now, if I take off each one of these and I throw them into space, I'll have 26 individual cubes. Each one of these have 6 sides. 26 by 6, 156. 156. If I take 156 and I divide it by 13, it equals to 12. 12 years of 13 moons, the female, representing the female, the internal organ. Let me see the questions I have over here. What's up on the side? Sir Messer, how you doing? When you're talking about the 7 center, you're talking inside here, the 7 center. Use the 7 dot in the center. This dot here is the only center. This is the only true 7 on this. Monkey comes out of this. So you take this, and this is your H, and this piece in the center has to do with that center piece. Your 3 and your 3 is your 6, all controlled. We have to take out the center of all of this. We only can use the outside. These three here, and these 3 here. So we're actually using only 6 on 6 sides. We're only using 36 of these. 3 and 3. But we're only using 36 of these. I'm only using 3, 6, 9, 12. I only need 12 of these. And the centers, 12 and 6, 18. L and F. I don't need the rest of them. Is that correct? Okay. 4 and 4 dots. And 3 shown void. There's so many things, and 2 hidden void. If we can get you on here to show me, I would be able to see it. I would count 4 and 4 dots, okay, but that would be 4 and 4 dots. That would be the 8 for the 1. That would be the division between day and night, and it's just ironic. 4 times 4 equals to 16 and 8. The reason I call it the division between day and night is because this is only 3 sides. It's 1/3 and it's 2/3. So anything that works out to 1/3 and 2/3 is going to revert back to something. Look how perfect it is. We're working in thirds, yet I have something with 6 sides. It's absolutely perfect. 6 dots, 1 void, 2 hidden void. Right, 2 hidden voids. If you're looking at it, that this 1 dot can penetrate into the 6th side. I'll only have, this will be my true 9. This will be a true 9 when the 1 or the 6 are there. Every other side will not be a true 9. Sorry, a true 7 and 2 9s. The other ones will be 5 and 4 9s. 27 equals to the house of bait. It also equates to the I, because 3 times 6, 3 plus 6 is what will create 18 and 9 equals to 27, the house of bait, which is 3 times 9. Noting that I and R is also can be used as 90 degrees and 180 degrees. And R is when you want to flip something upside down. If you want to flip this upside down, go from 6 over to 1, you say R. If I want to flip it up 1 part, I'll say I. And the reason for that is a 90-degree turn, 9 or 90, the same thing, and 180 degrees gets you to the other side. So if I'm turning this cube around, I'll go 9 and 9. The next time I turn this cube 9, if I have to turn it again, I'm going to have to turn it all the way around. It'll be 9, 9, 18, 9, 9, 18, 9, 9, 18. That's how the cycles work. I can go from 1
I can go over to 2. I can go over to 3. But when I run the sequence over to 4, I have to go 180 degrees to get to the 4. Then I can run to the 5. And then I can run to the 6. But if I want to go back to the 1, I got to flip it 180 degrees. So you're working with 3 times 6, 3 plus 6 equals to 18, and 9 equals to what is 99 in all formations. 5 dots shows 2 voids, 2 hidden voids. 5 dots shows 2 voids and 2 hidden voids. Why do you say it that way? There's 2 voids and 2 voids. And 2 hidden voids? Why would you say 2 hidden voids? I'd have to understand that. Because this is all hidden. The completion of this is 4 and 7. If you're talking about energy, if you're talking about Jesus, if you're talking about time, if you're talking about anything to do with 7 and 4, you're going to be using 5 and 2, 2 and 5, your earth number, your Q gate, because it will create Q and it'll keep on rotating in Q. 1 and 7 is the only thing, 1771. So you're talking about the 5 days of the week, the 2 days of the weekend. Otherwise, man landed on earth, 6 days of creation to the 1 point, the extra point. Now the field goal shows up. Man kicks the field goal. If I would turn around this dice and shake it, no matter what I do, I will never use more than 7 of 9 areas, ever. I will never use more than 7 of 9 areas on this cube. 6 by 7 is 42. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 equals to 6 and 8, and that's what divides the 7th gate between 4, 5, and 6 on one side, and 8, 9, and 10 on the other side, making 1 up on the top. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1 is eliminated. 2 and 3 are the only ones that can come into the game, and they call them the craps to what is 11. 2 dice. 1 and 1, they barred 66. And then 1 and 2 will now create 11. So your alpha beta creation. Now the thing is about this, the Queen and Mars come together through this, through the moon, the electric moon. And I've shown this in many videos. I'm not going to get into that part right now. I wanted to talk about how the zodiac forms according, I wanted to jump into the zodiac very soon, how the zodiac forms according to the first letter of the zodiac name, to the month the zodiac is in, when it begins, when it ends. And to make it also easier is we connect the first with the 12th, the second with the 11th, the third with the 10th, all 13s. Then what we do is we bring it into its own formation, the first with the 6th, the second with the 5th, the third with the 4th. And we keep crisscrossing and use all the mathematics that were taught to us in order to reformat and understand. And then we can bring in not the analytics. Is it the analytics, or we bring in the what you call the law of averages, or the average of? I'm not sure how to explain that. How you doing, buddy? Take a little break. Just give me a 1-minute break with this. She's all over my work. I can't concentrate. You're breaking my concentration. Cat, C-A-T, number 24. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 equals to 8 and 6. Dog is 26. You notice C, cat, and D, dog. But in French, they're both starting with a C. But cat is C-A. Dog in French is C-H. C and H equals to 11. It's also the beginning of monkey. So we live in the doghouse. The communication is by the cat. The cat buries its treasure, and the dog scrapes up the grass and throws the hay on top of it. Likes to go to the water fountain called the Belle Fontaine, where the fireman goes, which is called a pompier. And you can say apple foot because pomme and pied mean apple foot. Yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. All you have to see is 1 and 6. And the reason for that is 6 is this way and 6 is this way. So you know that when 3 and 4 are relevant, let me go back. Let me see where we are with this. Okay, I'm going to put down my camera. You don't have to see my face. So when the 6 is up or the 1 is up, and you have 20 and 15, by the way, this is darts and the pool table into effect. When this happens, you're going to see the angle of the 3 is over to that side. This in French, okay, is going to say the grave line. And if it's the grave line, it's going to be talking about this, the N letter, because this goes over here for the N letter. When you turn it, you will see this is the aigu sign. This is going to be for the Z. So when the 6 is up, you know you have N and Z that come in. So right away, once you have those two, look at that. You have 4 and 5. You cannot tell the difference of those. So you know that when you have these two, you're going to have also what is the opposite. So the opposite is 2 and 3. But the real opposite of these letters are M, A, and M. A and M. The 1 and the 13th letter. But on the cube, they're expressing it in 3, that the 3 will express it in 4. The N is going to be expressed as Mars and Earth, where the Z through the 2, okay, is going to be expressed as Venus and Jupiter. Together, they're Uranus. Well, they're all Uranus. Everything mentions Uranus on side of this. At the same time, we have the void of 4 areas and the void of 7 areas, 7 and 4. To where you have the, let me get to the monkey. When you have this area, 3 and 8, you have monkey. You actually have the cube in this area. 1 and 6 are talking about the cube. The reason for that is the 3 that are missing. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 equals 1 and 2 equals to 3. Then when you have around here, both sides, that's 22. So the 22 equals to 8. 2 times 2, 2 plus 2, 2 and 2 is 4, 2 times 2 is 4, equals to 8. And it's going to show you 1 dot with 8 void or 6 dot with 3 void. Now I want to remember how I got to that. I don't remember why I brought that up. 83 is monkey, and that's your bar mitzvah. And that's your chai when you reach the age of 18. 666. So the minimum and maximum of this is 3 and 18. Same thing with these 3 cubes. The same with the 3 cubes. 18 and 3. When you're sleeping, when you're awake, it's an I. When you're sleeping, it's an H. When you're sleeping, DC, direct current, or is it disconnect? When you're awake, it's 5 and 2. Vertical. You're standing vertically. That's the way I see it. Tell me I'm wrong. Can be discussed. Let me see where else we are. Let me see. We have 3 on this side and 4 on this side, right? Well, you can automatically see that in between every area. I mean, we already know that's 9, right? Holding here, we show the center area, so you know you have above and below. Over here, you have above and below. When you go above, all of these dots, if I would draw a line, they would all show I in these dots. Right. 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 That is September. Right. Because September, SEPT is French for 7. Yes, there's always 2 hidden. Always 2 hidden if we're thinking the same way. Yes. 2 never gets to show it all. 2 never gets to show it all. I have to think about that one. Okay, I have to understand. And also 70 and 90 are not saying the same thing in French. When you get to 70 and 90, at 70, you're going to say 60 plus 10. When you get to 90, you're going to say 4 times 20 plus 10, which means 80. When you get to your birth, you come into the heavens, 80 and the birth. When you come into 70, you get 60. You get ABC base plus the 10 plus the structure, the 10 structure before the 9 birth. Everything's right. 987-654. Yes, you must eliminate 1, 2, 3. But in actuality, you have to. The only real 2 numbers that you should actually be really working with can be 8 and 9. We don't need the rest of them. If you're looking at the deck of cards, you only need the 8 and the 9. The 9 and a second can be flipped over to be a 6. Okay. The 8 and 9, what it is about 8 and 9, when you multiply it and add it, it's going to equal to 17 and 72, 2 and 7, and 1 and 7. Unlike, there's no other number. I don't think there's any other number that creates the 1 and 2. When 1 and 2 come together, you put everything together. That's your base creation. So when you have 72 and the 17, just use the lower level of numbers. Just go 17 and 27, which equals to 35. That's your base creation. You can be living wherever you live. If there's nobody bothering you for how you're getting along and making your living from day to day, and you can keep a smile on your face, that's all you need. There's no one to report to. Yes, I understand that. Right. 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. Right. Only 6 numbers at a time. You can't use any more than 6. Okay, I'm not 100% understanding, but right. Never use more than 6. 6 is the maximum. I just dropped 3 pens on the floor. Right, the compass also. Right, the compass also. Okay, I have to go back here. I didn't finish reading. North, south, east, and west. You know, if we looked at these as just letters, N could be 9, S can be 6 or 7. It's funny the way 6 and 7 come together, right? Because we can use it in multiple. E can be 8. W, N, and E are all 5s. S looks like a 5. North, south, east, or west. Right, those are all your 13s. 4 and 9, 13, 5 and 8, 13, 7 and 6, 13. Right, right. Then it would create the 7. Hold on a second. It would create that. Not that. It won't create the 45 angle, right? It's going to create it's going to create an angle like this, not this. It's going to create this angle. And then the 1 in the center as the other 13. Right. These are all your 9s. 4, 3, 2 to your vibration. Now, in this, I just want to see something. Even though they're all 9s, if I would run, take away 2 and run 3 with 7, 4 with 6, leaving 5 in the center. They do that because the moon diameter is 3476. So we have 3, 4, and 7, 6, and never use all 6 either. We can never use, if we have 4 directions, we also have to understand we have it up and down and then 4 directions. So we have 6. Always with 6. Three, 9, 6, 3, 21, 27. Okay, I'm really a little bit lost, I will tell you, but I understand exactly where you're coming from. I know exactly where you're coming from. Yes, it's always going to be an average of 30. When you add up all the numbers here, it equals to 45. Divided by the 9 numbers equals to 5. So every single number has a value of 5. Right. Okay, that's what I thought you meant. Right. So this side shows me all 3 in use. This side only shows me 2 in use. This side shows me all 3 in use. If I hold it this way, if I hold the 6 up, it doesn't show me this in use here. I put it this way, it doesn't show me this in use here. The Federation, control of I. "39 angels." "5739." Wow. Wow. 45 years, right. Right. 45 years ago, right. Okay. Okay. Wow, 7 and 9 show up in both spots. Very interesting. 19 and 13 shows up in over here. 3 by 19, 3 by 13, 7 and 3 in the center of 5 and 9. Very interesting. Oh, what makes a full 9 is here's a full 9, right? It's just what you see and what you don't see. When you show the 3, you can see that on the 3, you can see it drops down, and you can see it drops down to here. So you can understand everything by looking at the 3. But I already know by area space that when I look at this one, I can tell all the areas. I can tell from the left and the right. And when you're moving, there's so many things to look at. If I go from this corner, I can go this way and this way. This corner, I can go this way and this way. This corner, this way and this way. And from this one, I can go in all 4 directions. I can go in all 4 directions. I'm not blocked, right? But the king cannot move on an angle, right? Can the king move all 4 directions, but only one? Well, the possibility of the 1, if we were playing chess, this one can move all around because there's no blockers, right? So how would we be able to move things if we base this on chess? That's another one of the questions. 40 vowels per year and 39 periods. I need that explained. I'm sorry, I'm tired. Right. Right. So 9 and 1 are 19, and you would get the moon. 2 and 8, you would get the cycle, and you would get Pluto. 37, you get 111, you get the center of the cube and the cube itself. 73 is Nibiru. If you want to talk about 11s, 9/11s, if we talk about 9/11s, we remove the 9. We go 1 and 8, 2 and 7. If we want to talk about 11, we go 2 and 9 and 3 and 8, and then we base it on the 7. So 7 and 3 Nibiru is that guidance between the one spirit of birth. Either eliminate the 1 or eliminate the 9, and we have 911 when pairing it together.
So we have, so what we do is we go 2, 3, 7, 8, and 9. And then we go 2 and 9, 3 and 8 with 7 in the center. Or we go 1, 2, 3, 7, 8. And then we go 1 and 8, 2 and 7 with 3 in the center for guidance. It's this or this. They both can be found on the cube. These are different ways of connecting my numbers. If I connected the third number with the 8th, regardless of what's here, this is a skeleton. This is only a skeleton because I need to switch all these numbers. If I multiply this by 5, if I multiply that by 5, it'll be 5. 5 by 2 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. 5 times 3 is 15. 1 and 5 is 6. 5 by 4 is 20. 2 plus 0 is 2. 5 by 5 is 25. 2 and 5 is 7. 5 by 6 is 30. 5 by 7 is 35. 3 and 5 is 8. 5 by 8 is 40. 5 by 9 is 45. And 5 and 4 is 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You get 12, 12, 21, 21, 21. 12, 21 in this formation. Now, if you want to do the formation of addition and multiplication, okay, of 5, okay, so it'd be 5 times 5. 5 times 1 is 5. 5 plus 1 is 6. 6 and 5 is 11. Let's show you it over here. I would take the first position and I go multiply everything by 5 and then add it. 5 plus 1 equals to 6. 5 times 1 equals to 1, equals to 5. 5 and 6 is 11. 1 and 1 is 2. So the first position will get 1. Now we're going to do 5 times 2 is 10. 5 plus 2 is 7 is 17. It will get 8. 5 by 3 is 15. 5 plus 3 is 8 equals to 23, becomes 5. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 plus 4 is 9 equals to 29, becomes 2. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 plus 5 is 10 is 35 equals to 8. 5 times 6 is 30. 5 plus 6, 11 equals to 41 equals to 5. I may have made a mistake, I think. 5 times 1, 5 plus 1 equals to 5, equals to 2. And then 5 times 7 is 35. 5 plus 7 is 12 equals to 47. 4 and 7, 11. 1 and 1 is 2. And it ends up to be 285, 285, 285. So it becomes 15 and 15 and 15 and 15 and 15. 6, 24, and 15. 666. All of these are 15 in one way or another. This one will be 6, 2 and 4, 6, 1 and 5, 6. The whole thing is 6. This will all equal to 8. Whether I take 28 or 25 or 22 or 55 or 58 or 88, all these numbers mathematically will equal to 8. 2 times 8 is 16. 2 plus 8 is 10. 10 and 16 is 26. 2 and 6 are 8. 5 times 2 is 25. 5 plus 2 is 10. 25 and 10. Hold on a second. Let me see. Right. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 plus 2 is 7. 7 and 10 is 17. 1 and 7 is 8. Remember, 17. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 plus 2 is 4. 8. 8 times 8 is 64. 8 plus 8 is 16. 16 and 64 is 80. 8 plus 0 is 8. 5 times 8 is 40. 5 plus 8 is 13. 13 and 40 is 53. 5 and 3 is 8. This one here and this one here. 5 times 5, 25. 5 plus 5, 10. 10 and 25 is 35 equals to 8. and this one over here. These three over here, okay, and these three over here are the same. This creates a 4 and 4. 13, 1 and 3 is 4. 40, 4 plus 0 is 4. 16, oh, and this one over here, sorry. This one over here, each one of these will create a 17, a 1 and a 7. And these two will create 44, division of night and day. Silver matrix creation from ape. So I'm not going to get into the zodiac because I'm a little bit tired. It's a little bit late. I'm going to get into the last formation of the questions. 3 is very unique. 3 is everything. 3 is it. 3 is it. You know, 3 and 7. Happy birthday. Check this out on your calculator. 1,008 times 5.738. It reverses. So what if I did 108 times 456? I'm just trying to understand. Okay, so let me do this again. 1,008 times 5.738 plus 5.7381. Okay, I'm a little confused at that. Okay, it brings up the next 2 years. And 91 is the spirit. 1 is without the dot when you don't use that 1. So I'm just trying to, and 80 and 10, 80 and 10 is where 90 comes in. It's 4 times 20 plus 10. So you're looking at that as actually 90. 1,008 or 108 is actually talking about 90. So it's good you brought that up. Let's not forget that. I have to not forget that. 80 and 10. 1,008 or 8,001, ISO 8001. You know, when you're playing blackjack, right? You're going to pull on when the 1 is there because you only have 15. You're going to pull when the 2 is there because you only have 16. But you're going to stand when the 3 is there. When the 3 is up, it means you have 17. When the 4 is up, it means you have 18. So this one, you're standing on both. 1265 is what's left over. This one over here, 19, and then the 20th is over here. And the only way to get 20 and 2 cards is 2 picture cards or 2 10s. How to get 15 with 2 cards. How to get 19 with 2 cards. Ace 11. Remember, ace is 11 in blackjack. Now, the thing about 383, if we go to 384, 384, I forget what that number is, but I get it a lot. 384 divided by 28. No, wow, that's funny. That is freaking funny. Wow. 384 divided by 28. Oh, right, because any number divided by a number with 7 in it, right? Any number divided by a number with 7 in it, right?
So let me try 3. I'm just going to take anything at random. 383, right? I don't know if it'll work. Divide it by 21, because 21 is a number that calculates by 7. Equals, no, this one doesn't work. So let's try it with 14. 383 divided by 14 equals 357,142. Usually there shouldn't be, because anything divided by 7, 383 divided by 7 equals, see, there's no 3, 6, or 9 in there. So what would it work out for 56 or 35? Because everything calculates with 7. Certain 7s, right? 7, 14, 21, 28, and so on. Certain 7s, one of those factors, when you divide it by any number, it doesn't matter what the number is, you'll never see 3, 6, or 9. The base is 7. It doesn't seem to work on 14. Let me see this. I'm going to use a big number, because I'm going to use divided by 56 equals, no, 383 divided by 42, no, 383 divided by 35, no, 383 divided by 28. Yeah, so it works on 7. I'm not sure if the rest of them, maybe it works on a 7 that's a prime number. But mind you, there can't be any other 7s that are prime numbers, because then they'll divide by 7, right? I'm just getting a little tired. Okay, I have to understand that. I really, really understand it. I really have to understand that. I have to understand that. So let me check this out. 1,008 times 5.745 equals, wow, that's really weird. It equals to 5790. So watch. This is what I'm hoping I'm getting this right. 1,008. Right now, 5739 is a base number. Okay. So when you go to 40, 41, 42, 43, so I'm going to go to this number and times it by 5739, and it equals to the Hebrew year we're in. Now, if I want to go 6 years from now, okay, I want to go 6 years from now, I'm going to go 5745. So 5745 times 1008 should equal 5790. 5790. It works out. And then it shows me full rotation. So 2030 is starting to show me rotation in birth. And then 7 and 9 show up through the gateway in the moon, through the birth and the gateway from the E worlds in rotation of 33, which are the two worlds coming together. That's what happens in 2030. Now we have a double gate coming in 2025. 20 and 25 is actually, there's 2025. 5 by 4 is 20. 5 by 5 is 25. 2025. Right over here. We're exactly right at that gateway right now. Okay, I'm gonna have to think about that. Right now I can't do that because well, that's really weird. How come it works out for both numbers? Let me take a look back. 5739. Wait, now you're going to 5738. We went at 5739. Well, that's interesting that it inverts it. 38. 3 and 8 is monkey. I'm going to have to Look at that. I have to, let me, can I, okay, I'm just going to copy it. $928 Porsche, the birth in the cycle. $1,008 high, 18. Everything is 18. Here's 18. Here's 63. 18, 63, or 36 and 81. Venus penis. That's two of the words that come with it. Venus is 81. 6 dot, 8 void, the divided house. 1 dot with 3 void. 1 and 3, the bar mitzvah. If you want to see the bar mitzvah comes in right here. Zion, Israel brings in 1331, the electric moon. Anyways, I'm pretty much tired. I wanted to bring up and talk about the zodiac. I wanted to talk about a little bit more about these combinations, the mathematics, 20, 60, 120, 24, 72, 22, 60. 5 by 6 is 30, by 2 is 60. 60 plus 14, 74. 24, 72, and 14 is 86. This is the divided house. And then you have 9 by 3, 27 by 2 is 54, the sun. So you have 20, 23, 20, 60, right? 4 by 5, 20, 60, 120, 134. I'm just going to, okay, I see something, but I don't want to mention it. I'm tired. It has to, some stuff has to be discussed. Don't forget, we're talking about the analytics. What I did over here, and I didn't do it right. I was supposed to go 4, 11, 18. Then I was supposed to go 25. Instead of here, I went down this way. And what I did is I was started at 4 and not at 3. So when I use 4 and 53 is 57. When I use 25 and 60 is 85. I didn't mark that down because I'm working the first, not the second or third, but I'm skipping out 4 and then going 1. 1, skip 1, 2, 3, 4, and hit the 5th. 1, skip 1, 2, 3, 4, and hit the 6th. This is 43. Did I get that right? This one is 43. 39 and 4 is 43. There's two sides. 4 and 53 is 57. 11 and 60 is 71. 46 and 11 is 57. 53 and 18 is 71. These are all the connections. Where I get the base connection from is by using this. This is my primary formation. This can also be done with the zodiac. Even though there are 12 with the zodiac, certain understandings and discussions need to be made to understand the theory of it. Should I say hypothesis or theory? Because it works out exact when it comes to the numbers. I can't say anything about the words. Pisces is a word and ox is a word. They each have numbers. They each start with different letters. Every letter is a different position in the alphabet, but I can reset the alphabet by using different numerologies. I can use the numerology of 3, 6, and 9, but 9 just makes everything the same. 3 times any number will have 3 results. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 by 2 is 6. And 3 by 3 is 9. 3 by 4 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. 3 by 5 is 15. 1 and 5 is 6. 3 and 6 is 18. 1 and 8 is 9. 3 by 7 is 21. 2 and 1 is 3. 3 by 8 is 24. 2 and 4 is 6. 3 by 9 is 27. 2 and 7 is 9. So everything comes out to its formation. I'm trying to think. Oh, yes. And over here, what I did is 4, 5 and 2 is 7, 6 and 4 is 1. So I wrote it out to a single digit. In this one, I started 4 over here. That's all I did. Here's a C-do. Now I know my ABCs. Why do you not come play with me? C-do. There's another formation that I did, but I don't remember what it was. Oh, the formation was like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. And I did this because I wanted to use a box of 12. Since the Zodiac was 12, I wanted to put it into formation this way. And now there's a whole bunch of math that comes out with this, just like the 36 numbers. I'm just going to do this one last piece, right? Just like 36 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 30, 32, 33, 34, 35, and 36. 3 and 6, 9, 2 and 7, 9, 1 and 8, 9, 9. Q and Z end up in the 8th box. 17, 1 and 7, 8, 2 and 6, 8, 8, 8. 8, I'm just trying to see. 8, 17, 26, 35 is 8. And each one of these. So when you add them up, the first box, 28 and 19 is 47. Time. 20 and 29, 49, representing 8, representing Mars in the B house. This one equals 51 is going to equal to Mars. This one's going to be electric company, and it's going to be running in the moon. Number 13 shows up. This is going to be inside the sun. Here's another one that collects to the day of Mars and the divided gate. This is all 6s. So this is 58. The first area is 58. The second area, okay, the 5th area is 74. I think this is 64. This is 62, 66, 70, 74, 78, 82, 86, and 90. When I add this one up, it equals to 222. When I add this one up, it equals to 222. When I add this one up, it equals to 222. When I add this one up, it equals to 222. So we got 222, 222, 222, and then when I add up all those, I got 888. And I have 2 cubes, so I have 888 again equals to 1776, adding up the cubes. Jesus Christ, energy and time to the gateway in Saturn. The gateway is in Saturn, but it shows me this connection. The 7th gate runs in over here. The cycle runs in Uranus. Now, the question is, this area, and this area all play from this area over here. It's the one area with 8 around it, 2 are going to be void. Or it's the 9th area, if you want to call in the 5th position. So this is going to be the end. Let me see the last few. In all actuality, we just ended the year and not begun the year, because we start 0-1. Means we ended and we're going into the year 2025, which is this year coming up. And Messer, remind me of that again. You have tons, all of us together, my friends. We have to share this. We have to create some kind of whatever that brings out the algorithms that bring out the words. I'm not sure if the words what we need to use, but once everybody starts to see the truth how everything connects with whatever, everything we do on this entire planet. Maybe we'll start saying my religion's better, this one religion's better. Maybe this will all stop once we see how perfect this world is, right? You know what I'm saying? And we'll go back to the original commandments, thou shalt not this, and human is human. They want us to eliminate the sexes. Well, we're going to eliminate the sexes, right? Woman, okay, when you put the sheet and you cover somebody's face and you don't let us see the other person, you're covering a human. So if you want to eliminate human, that sheath on somebody's face has to be eliminated. So anyways, I'm going to end the video right now. Thank you very much for watching. If you can help out the channel, my PayPal is in the link. That would be much appreciated. But what would be even greater is if you can download, share the videos, go over something that I did, show me something that doesn't work out. I'd like to keep on going over that ZODIAC so we can get something more precise that's running in the ZODIAC. I know there's something running deeper in the ZODIAC, to the days of the week, to the weeks of the month, to the cycles. Peace and love. Thank you for watching.